So I was literally just sitting down doing my japa, which is chanting, and I had my beads, and I literally had this on YouTube, just like doing my mantras, and I came to the conclusion all of a sudden that I had to film a video about this, like really like ASAP. So the thought occurred to me that as human beings naturally we're flawed, but if you think about it, we are made up of a culmination of events that were too perfect and too rare at the same time, and simultaneously rare yet predetermined and necessary and so perfect. The universe operates in such a perfect way. I hope you can hear me. And that goes along with, all these theories of philosophers and biologists and Darwin's theory of natural selection. Like every single conclusion that has been reached in science and philosophy and teachings and the passing down of knowledge comes to the same conclusion, and that is that the universe operates in a very, very, very perfect way. So, going off of that, now that we know that, we can say that it is simultaneously predetermined and also random, because it operates on the theory of probability and the golden rule and pi and all these principles. Math literally writes our universe, right? Quantum physics and math as a whole. But I'm getting off topic. The conclusion that I reached while meditating was that because everything is so perfect, we as human beings are also perfect. I'm very into astrology. If you know me, you know that. And it's because I believe that we are a product of the stars, both physically and emotionally and mentally. And going off that statement, that the universe operates very perfectly and decidedly, people take that statement and they think there must be a God. There must be someone in charge operating all of this. It is a sect of Hinduism called Vaishnavism, right? So what that says is that the universe is God, and God is the universe. They're interchangeable. Therefore, we, as a product of the universe, as a part and parcel of the universe, are the universe, are God. We are the universe experiencing itself. That's a quote. We are the universe experiencing itself, and that's great. That's beautiful. That's amazing. I'm not trying to judge or shame or debunk other religions or comment in any way. This has nothing to do with religion. I came to this theory. I've actually had this theory for a while, but I came to this conclusion that people really do not believe in this perfectionism. They don't believe in this perfectionism. And I came to the conclusion that it's so terrible and sad that we don't believe as a human race in this perfectionism, and we are stuck thinking that we are separate from God and we are separate from the universe, which is just not true. Like, if you take science and philosophy and logic and reasoning and all of these things, they point to the same thing. Quantum physics, they point to the same thing, and that is that we are the universe experiencing itself through a gross body, a physical body, a temporary body. So that's why, like, the concept of the ego and everything that goes along with the human body, all these traits like selfishness and greed and anything other than purity is a result of the ego dominating and controlling our mind. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says that to the yogi or to the devotee, the mind is the greatest weapon and also the greatest strength, right? Because the way that your mind operates has such a profound effect on your subconscious, your conscious, your life, this life that you have here. I'm going off on so many tangents, I'm so sorry. I personally don't believe in the concept of us having one life. I believe in reincarnation, and I believe that you take birth as a man or a woman or a plant or a tree or a squirrel, based on your karma from previous lives, based on your soul path, what your soul needs to do, and the fact that you have been born as a human being is quite remarkable. So why don't we use that for spiritual ascension, you know, for progression, for soul progression? I mean, I believe that we came down here to learn about ourselves from the logical perspective on life and the soul and spiritual ascension. I believe that we came here to learn about what it is that we are, because we are the universe experiencing itself, and if we waste that, then we are just prolonging our eventual rising. And what is that rising? What is the goal of all this spirituality and all this, you know, bullshit that people claim it to be? It's love. They say in Christianity and Buddhism and Hinduism and Vaishnavism that God is love. God is love. What does that mean? It means prana. It means unconditional service and devotion. It means trying to uplift other people and help their souls rise too. And again, what do I say when I mean that rising? The culmination of consciousness knowing itself, the whole of consciousness becoming self-realized. And once that occurs, it says in the Bhagavad Gita, it says in Vaishnavism, it says in even Buddhism, that you will attain enlightenment. You will attain ascension on various levels. That means not coming back and being reborn. That means I'm sounding like I'm preaching a religion right now, and I'm not liking it, and this is not my intention, but if you can resonate with this, by all means. So I believe in astrology a lot. I think it's mystical, and I think it's intriguing, and I think that there must be a point to it. I think that it is a lost science, truly. I mean, it was practiced a lot in Eastern countries for so long, and we don't know about it, and we ridicule it because we don't know anything about it. Time and place you're born, and your name, and everything that has to do with your physical birth, you're coming into life in this body, your first breath. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I am the sound Om. I am the physical breath that enters and leaves the body. The first breath that you take, it's life, right? I got very into astrology, like months ago. And I've been into it ever since, and there is this website called Cafe Astrology, and I've talked about this so many times, but my friends are all into it now because I've gotten all of them into it. But basically, it charts out you and all of your emotional and soul characteristics, and it's basically a rundown of your soul qualities, and it's cool, and it's all about your personality. And I was very, very, very depressed last summer, and that's when I discovered spirituality, and I got very into this stuff, and it helped me to realize that we are made of dust, cosmic dust. We are going back to that. As soon as we leave this body goes back to that. So this physical soul representation meant so much to me. Look at this. Hold on. This is you. This is you.
So, I forgot to film an ending to this video, but let's recap, right? So, we are the universe experiencing itself through the eyes of a human, through human form. We are comprised of cosmic dust, to which we go back to in the physical, and in the ethereal, our soul remains and continues its path and its journey in whichever way it sees most fit. And because there are no extra pieces in the universe, because it operates in a very perfect manner, because it operates in a way that has us doubting, really doubting whether or not there is a higher figure or being controlling it in a very omnipotent way, we can conclude that ourselves, as a byproduct of this operation, as a part of this operation, inherently we are also perfect. And because we can acknowledge this perfection, we should make use of it. And we make use of it by remembering it, by spreading knowledge surrounding it, by living in a state of gratitude or prana or unconditional love, whichever terminology you prefer. And spreading that gratitude and high frequency wherever we go, whether it is through knowledge by the means of the psychological or the religious, the mathematical or the logical, or the artistic even. They say art is spiritual. Why? Because it is creation. In its purest form, it is creation. And that's what we are. And because we are that, we are not limited. Because we are created, and because we can create, and have the means to create, and also have the means to acknowledge that which we are, which is creation. Having the means to acknowledge that we are creation makes us limitless, makes us boundless in our intelligence. So, I hope this video was helpful for you, and I will definitely be coming out with more soon. Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, Pierre, you want to come out here?